Shelter 2 was developed by Might and Delight and is playable only on PC. It was released March 2015 and is a sequel to the first Shelter game where you controlled a mother honey badger instead of a lynx in this game. The direction of the game is simple. Be a good mother lynx, feed your cubs, and keep them out of danger. Sounds simple enough, and it is. There are several types of animals you can hunt, such as rabbits and hares, frogs, voles and moles, pheasants, and several different types of deer. You can also knock down eggs from nests. The smaller prey need only you to run at them to catch them, but for deer you have to make a leap at it to take it down, which is quite fun. The size of your kill will determine how many cubs it will feed. Moles and frogs will feed 1, rabbits and hares 2, pheasants will feed 3, eggs will feed all 4, and deer can feed all 4 and your own mama lynx. There are 3 areas in the normal game. The first is the valley, where the den is, and is marked by the kind of giant tree symbol. You have the lake, which is marked by the 3 trees symbol, and the tundra, which is aptly labeled with a snowflake. The mountains are to the right, and are from the DLC, which I'll get to in a bit. In order to keep track of these locations, you can use the Scent ability, which also highlights prey in the vicinity. The only animal predator that you have to watch out for is wolves in the base game. They appear at the beginning of the game where the mama lynx is running away, trying to find the den to have her cubs. They are usually located in the tundra biome. In order to avoid them killing your cubs, you must seek high ledges, where they can't get you. Offer a dead rabbit to avoid confrontation, or, if possible, run into a new area, which will stop the hunt entirely. Another threat to your cubs is the appearance of the flood. No, not that flood, this flood. A giant blob that engulfs the surroundings. The screen will darken and ominous music will play. Sometimes one of your cubs will be paralyzed with fear, and you must scoop them up in your mouth and run away with the others following behind. It does eventually go away. It's very strange. As you progress, feeding and caring for your cubs, they will grow into adolescent lynxes, who are still reliant on your hunting skills, although they can get lucky and hunt something down by chance. Eventually, when the second autumn rolls around, the cubs you have taken care of so diligently give their final goodbyes and leave to start their own lives. At this point, you have the freedom to wander around without the baggage of having to feed 4 mouths. When you're bored of that, the game directs you to the den, where you can view a neat ending, and eventually, you can start a next generation of cubs from one of the new adult lynxes. This can go on endlessly, or until you screw up super hard and doom the family tree. On to the DLC for this game. Mountains. This is a new biome that is located east of the main valley biome, and houses lots of interesting things. But first, the introduction of new predators, that can also be prey, are inserted into the existing game. Eagles can swoop down and pluck one of your cubs away, but you can save them and eat them if you're lucky. There are also foxes who can stalk you, but you can also stalk it. The new predator that you have no chance against is the bear. It will rise to its hind legs, roar, and chase you very fast. If caught, you may risk losing one of your cubs, or they can end up near starvation and needing immediate attention after the attack. There are also forest fires that can wipe out you and your cubs. It's scary. The DLC adds a much needed threat to the game, as I managed to waltz through my first playthrough with no wolf encounter and only the flood. If you do want more of a challenge but don't want to buy the DLC, you can play in survival mode where 1. The prey migrate to different sections depending on the season or how much you've destroyed the prey population. 2. The prey become trickier to catch. 3. In the tundra biome, the cubs can't jump on the plateaus unless they're adolescents. For this, you must pick up each one, jump up, and repeat until all cubs are safe. 4. You regenerate your stamina at a much slower pace. 5. Using your scent ability takes stamina. Music plays a huge role in that it'll play for certain seasons, when certain enemies are nearby so you can detect threats. It's well integrated into the game. If you don't pick up on the music change, the sound of animals scurrying away will also tip you off if something isn't right. The visuals are very cool. I loved going through all the different areas and seeing the animals that populate the maps. If you want a fairly chill game, save for a few heart attacks when you hear a wolf's howl, or a terrible screeching that indicates an eagle attack. Then this game would be great for you. It's an open world survival that you can play over and over. A single playthrough lasts just over an hour, so it's not a huge chunk out of your time to play it, if you plan to play this game. If you are faced with losing one of your cubs, try and keep the cub you like the skin pattern the most. When they grow up, you can unlock it in the main menu for easy access when you start a new game with them. Enjoy!